Welcome, folks, to the latest episode of Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die Not a Threat.
Just a fact.
I am Lulu, a.k.a. Rudy Pugliani.
I'm Brooks, a.k.a. Bolshevik Vinegar.
I'm Patrick, a.k.a. Dr. Narwhal's mating.
Fuck you. I'm Sam, a.k.a. Trash Gordon.
Hey, I'm Lulu, a.k.a. Jim Bob Ghostkeeper. Congratulations to Jim Bob Ghostkeeper for winning the best name of 2017.
Wrong.
Jim Bob Ghostkeeper is just an inherently funnier name than Dr. Narwhal's mating.
Well,
the Doctor almost pushes it over the edge.
It's too Reddit. It's got the Reddit stink on it.
We can't open this can of worms.
Okay, alright, fine. Let's just talk about hell instead.
Yeah, so a lot happened this week, folks. We had a busy fucking week.
Speaking of worms,
a couple of big topics we skipped over last week as well, just due to, a lot of things happening. So we're going to try and cram a shitload into a singular episode of this podcast. But first, how y'all doing?
I'm alright.
Good.
Do anything fun this past week? I got Mexican food. That's about the highlight of my week because I've just had a broken leg and I can't drive anywhere or do anything.
I got a job, unfortunately.
Hell yeah, Sam! Another cog in the capitalist machine.
Funny Sam get a boss.
I like it. I got a boss. I got a boss on May Day.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, Mark.
That's what Mayday is
this
all about.
episode? I think this episode is going up the day before Karl Marx's 200th birthday.
I love to remember the
finally.
Haymarket Massacre
He's been
by
alive
getting
for
a job.
200 slutty years.
He's finally legal. Just in time.
I just got like a vivid memory. I just got like a vivid image in my head of Paul Joseph Watson. Like if we were popular enough for Paul Joseph Watson to know who we were, like Paul Joseph Watson clipping that and being like, "This is what the SJWs want. They want the legal age of consent to be 200 years old. Can we not fuck?" That's just my John
No,
Oliver.
Paul, you can't.
I can't do a Paul Joseph Watson. I don't have the nasal
to be
capacity.
fair, I've never seen John Oliver and Paul Joseph Watson in the same room together, so...
Okay, that's not fair.
That's really not. There are very few people on this earth that I would compare to Paul Joseph Watson. John Oliver being British and kind of smarmy, it does not make him one of those people.
I like John Oliver.
Yeah, John Oliver good.
John Oliver's good. I was watching,
and I like Paul Joseph Watson too. So I guess you're right. Actually.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. John Oliver bad. I'm not taking questions at this time.
I was watching a Sean video, whatever the fuck their channel is named now. It's hard to refer to them because they are just Sean, I believe, on YouTube.
Smosh?
Yeah.
But I was watching a video that's on Lauren Southern, and they were like, "You should go watch the video so you know what I'm talking about." And I'm just like, I guess I'll fucking watch a Lauren Southern video. And 3 minutes in, she was talking about the sexual economy that you devalue yourself if you have sex too many times, and men can sense it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Which, I mean, it's true. It is true. So
It's one thing you gotta know about men.
So did you just want to use this podcast to spread the correct gospel of Lauren Southern? Is that just what we're doing
that's
today?
exactly it. Yeah, that's exactly it. Speaking of cardinal directions, Kanye West.
Good one. Proud of you.
Folks, he named his daughter North. What's the next kid gonna be named? East?
Don't they have a second one?
They have 3.
They do.
They do. But,
What is their second kid's name? I actually don't know.
Kanye's newest kid is named Chicago. What's next?
Oh, of
Springfield?
course. And Saint, North, and Chicago.
They have 3 kids? God damn, when did that happen?
If Kanye has 2 more kids, they're just if you put them all together, you just get the name of a Sufjan Stevens album.
I get it.
So small thing about Kanye before we get into the news. Kanye did very much go on TMZ and say slavery was a choice, which was very great to see and hear.
He's really taken a page out of the Me When I Was 12 book, which is definitely what you like to see.
And then someone in the TMZ office, a reporter he's apparently someone on Twitter. I don't know who he is though. Just dressed him down from across the room. Just straight up yelled everything that, he yelled a more coherent argument that I could possibly ever present in my life. Not on this subject. You could ask me about, something that I spend my life, you could ask me, to write an essay about furry culture, and I could not make my points as eloquently as he made his in that video. It's worth checking out. Anyways.
It was good.
So that's it for Kanye. Patrick, what's up with
Yeah,
North
he's
Korea?
done.
Oh yeah, North Korea. You probably all saw this in the news, but
Is that Kanye's kid after? Never mind.
Yeah, go ahead. No. Finish, Sam. I'm interested. Where are you going with that?
Kanye's kid is actually
So
named
anyway.
the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The
So
Democratic People's Republic of Kanye. Thank you.
North and South Korea over this last, I think, weekend, kind of announced that the South Korean President Moon Jae-in and Kim Jong-un were meeting to like talk about like formally, officially ending the Korean War, and I don't know about working towards unification, but making strides in that direction, which is great. And of course, because we live in the world we do, Trump almost immediately took credit for that, and now people are throwing his name around for the Nobel Peace Prize nominations, and it doesn't mean anything. Fucking Henry Kissinger won a Nobel Peace Prize,
Right.
so obviously it's bullshit, but it's
Henry Kissinger is Pokemon
Obama
winning
won
a
one.
prize.
Obama won one when he, after getting what was it, 100 days in office, he got the Nobel Peace Prize.
yeah after
He did
doing
it.
fuck all.
Yeah, when you
Yeah,
bomb your first
but-
10,000 civilians, you get a free award.
Like the thing is the two like global powers that have been most invested in not ending the Korean War have been us, America, and also China, on opposite sides of the Korean border. So it's going to be interesting to see how that kind of plays out geopolitically. Hopefully we don't fuck it up for the Koreans, because every bone in my body is kind of telling me that there's no way we're going to let it just happen.
Yeah. I heard, wasn't there there was some agreement that North Korea is considering disarmament as long as all nuclear activity stops on the
Right,
peninsula,
yeah.
and the United
Full
States is like
nuclear
wait,
disarmament. Right, and so the U.S., some people in the State Department were kind of up in arms about that, because that would mean we'd have to move.
Nice pun.
Yeah, thank you. We would have to
one.
move
Great.
our nuclear subs away from Korea, which, obviously the government doesn't want to do, but obviously the Korean governments, both of them, would really appreciate that.
You know what, though? If I can be smart for a moment, for once, I think that giving Trump the Nobel Peace Prize for this might be the only way that the United States allows this to happen.
You know what? That's a fair point.
Yeah.
I think that he would go to Korea, either one, wherever. I mean, they can choose where they want to meet.
He
and
won't be
then-
able to tell the difference.
and then he would stand in between the two presidents, and he would give a big smile and a big thumbs up like I did it, and it would say mission accomplished, and then he would have a Nobel Peace Prize, and then he would leave and forget Korea exists.
And then he
Well-
would say, "Oh, this is too heavy. I can't support it with my tiny hands," and then it would drop. Fucking small hands.
Nice. It
My
would,
favorite-
it would drop and break, and pee would come out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, his
And then he would
favorite.
slip in the pee.
More like Nobel Piss Prize.
Yeah, and then he would be like, and then he laughs, and then he spits Kafifi everywhere.
Yeah, and then it's green, and he's like, "Oh, it's another Bowling Green massacre."
Yeah, and then Donald Trump retires.
And then
Did
Donald
you just
Trump
call him
retires.
Donald Trump?
I think I might have done that.
John Oliver Trump.
I very much enjoyed, by the way, during this whole cycle of news that there was even a Twitter story about it that was President, which one's not Kim Jong-un, what's the other one's name?
Moon Jae-in.
Yeah, President Moon Jae-in recommends Donald Trump get the Nobel Peace Prize.
Recommends
And,
Donald Trump
his-
retire.
What was it? What was his exact translation?
It was something like, yeah, I don't
Trump
care,
can have
whoever.
the Peace Prize for all I care.
Yeah, it
we
was
just want
something
peace.
to the effect of that. Trump can take the Peace Prize and shove it up his ass and then die, and the media's like, "Oh, did you hear that the president of South Korea said that Trump should get the Peace Prize?"
Did you hear that he should get it right into his butthole?
Oh, like a funny gag.
I hear that gets you really high on peace.
Is there anything else about Korea, or is this just kind of
Yeah, I mean, I
good
think
news
it's
for once?
a developing story still.
Yeah.
It looks good. I'm optimistic, hopefully. I guess we just kind of have to wait to see how we fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm excited.
Or China might.
China might too, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So Korea more like
Diarrhea?
Oh, you got this.
more like diarrhea, which is what every pundit was spewing out of their mouth after the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Epic.
Yeah.
Do you know how we live in like hyper time now? And it's like, and you know, like everything that happened 2 weeks ago, you feel like it was 10 years ago. I feel like we've been talking about the Correspondents' Dinner for 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I put this on our topics list this week was because it's been a big story, but I really don't want to talk about it all that long because it's fucking dog shit, dumb, idiot, moron story.
Yeah, like, Michelle Wolf took a slightly toothy, like, she kind of gunned at, like, Republicans a little bit with more teeth than I guess they're used to coming out of the, quote, liberal media,
Yeah, you know,
quote.
like her job was to do.
Yeah.
Like every person at the Correspondents' Dinner has always done,
Right.
and always does do, and will do.
Yep. And everyone at the Correspondents' Dinner feigned outrage over her comment about Sarah Huckabee Sanders' beautiful smoky eye.
They all fainted with outrage. Oh, mercy me!
Which, I mean, every single thing I saw was like, well, no matter how much you dislike her and disagree with her, you should never insult on appearances. That's just childlike. And like, literally, it was a compliment. I mean, it was a compliment saying she used lies to make good makeup, but
it looks good.
She said that's a good smoky eye. Did you make it with lies?
I mean,
Now,
there was one comment Michelle made about how she looked like some character from The Handmaid's Tale, which I haven't watched, but I gather it was...
That's not a look. That's a reference to the actual actions of the character.
All right, never mind then.
It may have been misconstrued. I have never seen the show either, but from what I know, the character that she compares her to is like, it's an accurate character. It's an accurate like character portrayal.
I've also never
So
seen...
I know that you said you don't want to dwell on this story, but I do think that we have a really good opportunity here, and I don't want us to miss it, because if you think about it, Michelle Wolf was like all over the news for what she said, which was pretty tame.
Right.
Right.
So I think that this is a great opportunity for us to really make a name for ourselves. If I like Sarah Huckabee Sanders' makeup is bad.
Yeah.
And now we've got every journalist in America is going to be talking about our show.
Not a threat.
Sam,
not a threat.
I think you're. I don't, Sam. I don't think you're going to be able to get your cut of the Patreon money this month.
Can I have a go
For
at
that
it?
statement.
I have a correspondence joke.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Brooks.
Okay, so I've also never seen The Handmaid's Tale, but I can tell you this. If our president was the star of it, it would be the Tiny Handmaid's Tale.
Nice. Oh, Happy Weed Minute.
Happy Weed
Happy
Minute.
Weed Minute.
It will not.
3 hours later.
Yeah. It's Happy Weed Minute in the forgotten time.
That's true. Nobody was on the West Coast.
I love to
sorry.
be on the West Coast and watch my primetime TV at 5 p.m. Fuck off.
I don't watch TV, idiot.
Oh boy, Survivor and dinner at the exact same time. Do not mind if I do.
Do you watch Survivor?
No, I used to though.
Sounds like
I
you
used to
just
watch a
owned
shitload of
yourself.
Survivor. What?
Sounds like you just owned yourself.
I was just referencing a show that comes on at 8.
And also implying that I watch it. But
Not
also,
you. I was
also
talking
implying
about
that you watch it.
Californians. This is an interfamily
Nobody lives in
reference.
California.
Okay, sorry. There are relatives of mine on the West Coast who watch Survivor. My entire family kind of likes Survivor.
Well, I'm
Let's
really
make
sorry
a
to hear
deal.
that.
Starts at 6 p.m. Oh, I'll have to set the TiVo for this one. I'm so tired. That's what everybody on the West Coast sounds like.
All right, you got me.
You got happy hour from 3 to 5, and you got NCIS from 5 to 6.
Is this your only problem with the West Coast?
It's my
That our
biggest one.
TV
Yeah.
shows that nobody likes come on too early?
I love
I
to
can only
watch the
reference
sunset
CBS
with
ones 'cause
fucking
it's all I
James
watch.
Corden on my TV.
Oh boy, 4 p.m.? That's exactly when I want to watch 60 Minutes.
Should we talk about
Grow up, move to the east.
Rudy Giuliani?
More
I
like
now
Rudy
pronounce you Chuck and
Giuliani,
Larry?
like my name.
Did he do something else since then?
It's not really. He joined Trump's legal team last week, and then very much explicitly contradicted the president.
Yeah.
on Stormy Daniels.
Was Rudy
Because
Giuliani
the story that they had run with, the story that Trump was running with, that Michael Cohen and all of his associates were running with, was that Michael Cohen had made the payment. Trump had no idea. Trump never reimbursed him. And then Rudy Giuliani just went on Fox News and was like, no, he got reimbursed.
Yeah.
Well,
He
I
was, like,
mean,
dropped
okay. In his defense, he's 500 years old.
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprise what I'm feeling, but it is like just continued disbelief that everything is so dumb all the time.
Just smiling serenely as as everything is the dumbest thing it could possibly be.
I think, Patrick, I don't know if it was you, but someone jumped into the host chat the other day and was like, hey, can we have, like, a day where the dumbest fucking thing in the last year doesn't break?
No.
Yeah, that was me.
Do you remember that episode of Futurama where Fry drank 100 cups of coffee, and then as he hit 100, he was just, like, at
smiling
peace?
serenely during a house fire? Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally that, except instead of cups of coffee, it's the dumbest
Cups
shit
of
that
coffee
could possibly happen.
Do you remember that episode of Futurama
Where
where
Fry got an
Lilo
iPad?
had a
Where Fry got an
boil
iPad?
on her butt, and it was named Susan Boyle, and it sang?
And it
But
sang,
it sang
badly.
like Susan Boyle was famous
Right,
for.
the famous bad singer of Susan Boyle. Remember when she went viral where it's like, homely woman, also bad at singing?
Famous second coming of William Hung, Susan Boyle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So, yeah, he explicitly contradicted Trump, and this is one of Trump's own lawyers, and Rudy Giuliani is going to be, like, out of a job in about 5 days. He went full Scaramucci, and none of it's going to fucking matter. Like, nothing's going to happen.
Nothing matters. I do want, Brooks, were you saying that Rudy Giuliani was in I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry
He had a
with
big
Adam
part
Sandler
in the
Kevin
end, and like the
James?
climax of the movie. Yeah, the movie of I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry.
You know,
Well, hey, you know what? I'm glad for him, because that's the only time he's ever been near a climax.
Hey.
But,
I didn't need to go my entire life without knowing that, but now I can't ever not know it.
Do you?
So I just want you to know I'm holding you personally responsible for whatever thing I forgot to make room for that.
So did you not want to see a movie about gay people? Is that just like something that you don't agree with?
Oh, fuck. Wait, hold on. No. I'm having, like, flashbacks. I've definitely seen this movie.
Oh, okay.
oh my god, Brooks activated your sleeper cell.
Yeah, that was what you forgot, was that
I
you
feel like I
have
need to go
seen
take
the
a
movie.
shower. Ugh.
You
know,
watched the funny gay movie.
I always thought it looked good when I was 10 or however old I was.
I watched it, and as I was watching it, I was
good?
like, this looks good. I like to watch this.
Just like artistically, it looked very beautiful.
And then I talked to the silver screen, and I said, I really hope that Adam Sandler comes out with a nuanced movie about Israel and Palestine. And then he said, don't worry, and then he released Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Actually, I think you'll find he released You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Thank you. I'll do better.
Hey, I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry only came out 2 years after Brokeback Mountain. How much you want to bet there's a really funny Brokeback Mountain joke in there? At least one.
I bet there's a really funny...
Oh, I'm sure there is.
I know that Nick Swartzen had a great time filming it. It was just sort of a classic, like the funny, like the high-pitched gay voice that he loves to do.
You know, I'm like...
It's good.
I'm going to go on a tangent here because I brought up Brokeback Mountain and now I'm just kind of mad about it. Like, I am very late to being mad about this, but, like, I'm extremely pissed that all the straights made that, like, horrible, depressing, heartbreaking story about gay people, and the joke was just, literally, for a year after that, it was just, wouldn't it be fun? It's kind of funny that there's a big movie about being gay, though, right?
Yeah, they kissed each other.
I remember, like, an SNL sketch from, like, 6 months after that movie came out, where, like, Kenan Thompson was getting his peanuts, quote-unquote, touched by one of the other cast members, and it was just a bag of peanuts, and it was Brokeback Mountain.
I don't mean to interrupt you. That was very much from Scary Movie 3.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was Scary Movie.
Oh, shit. Hey, do you remember that
it was Kevin Hart and
thing
Anthony
on
Anderson.
SNL? The recurring sketch where it was just everyone was making out with each other, and that was the joke?
Yeah, this is very
What
funny.
a good show.
Remember when
This
remember
episode's
when Kate
obviously-
McKinnon
Anyways,
dressed up as Hillary Clinton and sang Hallelujah after the election and everybody cried about it?
I thought about that the other day and got so mad. He was on your show.
Trump-
He hosted the show.
What was that, like 4 weeks after they had Trump host?
Yeah. Dude,
God.
Saturday Night Live
I'm
rules.
constantly thinking of that image of Jimmy Kimmel petting Trump on the head.
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon, thank you. Sorry.
Remember when Jimmy Fallon did blackface? Anyways. On SNL?
Jimmy Fallon did?
Yeah, he extremely did blackface when he did a Chris Rock impression, and it was really bad to see.
Oh, that's cool. Let me Google this.
Oh, 'cause okay. The thing is
Rapid Googling
about
noises.
Chris Rock is that like it's impossible to even do like a vocal impression of him without. If you're white, you cannot do a vocal impression of Chris Rock without sounding extremely.
Can I
racist.
tell
Are
you?
you sure? Well, it doesn't
tried.
help if you are wearing blackface when you do it. Yeah, he's
Hey, I think he also has like a nose prosthetic here.
it does seem that way.
that's-
This
So
is
bad.
oh boy, boy howdy.
There's a fun, like, super deluxe video about it where it transposes it that I'd highly recommend.
Please post it in the podcast chat so we can all see
Okay.
it.
You know what my favorite thing about this blackface is that Jimmy Fallon's wearing?
What is that, Sam?
He doesn't look like him.
No, he doesn't look like Chris Rock at all.
He looks like if Ice-T had a full head of hair.
He just looks like racism.
This is what Brooks' racist character looks like.
Since when have I had a racist character?
You do now.
You know the human being from Community. This is like the exact opposite of that.
It's the opposite of a human being. Just like Jimmy Fallon is the opposite of an human being. I don't know why I said an. He's the opposite of a human being, even.
Jimmy Fallon has never eaten an egg and mayonnaise. Sorry, Sam. I've been listening too much Jurgen, and now I have to make Arrested Development references on every podcast I do.
It's coming back.
We don't
folks.
even do that anymore because I started killing Jordan every time he did it.
And you guys see
Did
that
you kill
Arrested
me?
Development season 4 is coming out again tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting remixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna remix
It's no
it to make
longer
it
like
good.
Rashomon style. And then they're also doing season 5, which
Yeah.
I'm not excited, which I'm not looking forward to.
Yeah.
Arrested Development was a good show as long as you skip over the minute of incest jokes they have every episode, and also kind of skip over like most of season 2.
Are they
Yeah,
gonna
it's- I
have
mean,
Jeffrey
like-
Tambor in it.
Yeah, Jeffrey
Yeah,
Tambor and
that's my thing. That's a
Nick
thing.
Cross. Is that who am I thinking of? David Cross. David Cross and
David
Jeffrey
Cross.
Tambor are both going to still be in it, so it's going
Sounds
to be.
bad.
Yeah.
Wait, have there been allegations against them? I haven't. heard them if
Jeffrey
they have.
Tambor was like I don't know exactly, but he like assaulted a lady who was working on Transparent with him.
Oh Jesus Christ, that's right.
Yeah, and David Cross he was just a racist, but
He's a
like
big
that's
racist
not
Yeah.
that's not news.
Yeah, no, I do remember watching a comedy special of his from long ago. I was just curious if there's anything in the news recently. But yeah, that sucks that, like, the big trans media that is in popular culture these days is, A, portrayed by a trans woman being played by a cis
Right.
man, and B, being played by a piece of shit like that.
Right.
It's not great. It's a real shame because I do think that like Arrested Development is like some of the like best comedy writing ever.
Like, when they're not being racist or very ableist or homophobic or transphobic.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
like
bad
when
shit.
Tobias wears the funny pants.
Yeah, it's good.
Do you remember back when they were doing advertising for season 4 and they were like, what if we just use the T slur on a poster for Arrested Development? I think that would go over well because
That
it was
was,
like they did say your favorite
marketing.
granny is coming back, and it showed a picture of Oscar Bluth in drag.
Right.
It was to be fair, they did
Don't, Sam.
to be fair, they did use a slur on the advertising.
Yeah, that is exactly what I
That's
said.
a good
Yes.
point, Sam.
Yeah, just to be fair.
You got a good point.
It's one thing you
Just
gotta
to
know
play
about
devil's
Sam.
advocate, they did do what you were describing.
Can't argue with that, Sam. I think you won this one.
I did? Wow, I didn't think that
Sam.
was gonna happen.
Folks, we're
So what
tired
the
of
fuck
Sam
else happened
winning.
this week?
This is last week, but I wanted to touch on it a little bit. The Waffle House shooting in.
Was that last week? That feels like a month ago. Jesus Christ.
I mean,
Hyper
it
time.
was last month.
Hey, may the third be with you.
So in Nashville, Tennessee, there was a mass shooting in a Waffle House where 4 victims were killed and 2 suffered gunshot wounds. And James Shaw Jr. was the unarmed hero who brought down the shooter. Basically, You know, so all that stuff you hear about, you know, you need a gun to stop a gun. Mm-hmm. This guy not only saved like a bunch of people's lives, but also he got like a shitload of money donated to him for his medical bills, and every cent that he got that was not used for his medical bills, he just like put towards the funerals of the deceased.
Right.
Which, I mean, absolute American hero, James Shaw Jr.
Yeah, absolutely.
And here's a headline from Politico. White House looking to set up Trump meeting with, quote, hero in Waffle House shooting.
Oh.
He's not going to do it.
I mean, it would be cool if he did and he, like, disarmed Donald Trump.
By literally tearing off his arms.
Trump just heard, like, the words Waffle House, and he was like, I want to
By,
go.
like, pushing him out of a window. Not like, to his death, like, just a ground floor window, and then he's the president now.
I thought you just... I was just going to think, like, disarmed, like, he just rips off his very tiny hands.
No, that would be dishanding him. I would have said dishanding him if that's what I was talking about.
Here's my pitch. Here's my pitch for the New Yorker. Here, you ready for it?
Oh, boy, am I.
President Trump renames White House to Waffle House.
Well...
Okay.
And Donald Trump served silver dollar pancakes, and he says, according to my hands, these are normal size.
Yeah, there's silver dollar pancakes. That's all he can afford because he's
Yeah,
broke.
he's not even really rich.
And I mean, just like, you know, Nashville got hit again because there was a shooting at a mall in Nashville, Tennessee, literally like minutes before we started recording. One fatality. I don't know what the situation is with the shooter right now. I'm going to look that up real quick.
I think it's probably okay if we don't do a breakdown of every single shooting that happens on our podcast.
No, but I'm just saying we talked about the Waffle House that was in Nashville. This was in Nashville like an hour ago. They have the suspect, so that's
all right, well,
all taken care of.
That's good, I guess.
All right, what else do we got? The chaplain who Paul Ryan like bullied into resigning, like took back his resignation and basically said to Paul Ryan, "Fire me, bitch."
I love to bully my chaplain.
Did anybody talk about that last week? Have we mentioned
No,
it?
we
That
didn't.
was a couple of weeks ago, actually. The Time Chamber did. That was at least 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Oh, for those of you who don't know, this chaplain, I don't remember his name. He was leading a
It
prayer.
was Charlie.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you. He was leading.
Thank
He was leading a prayer.
Do you get it?
Yeah. No, I did. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Sam. Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So he was leading a prayer, and he was. I don't remember the exact text, but he was saying, like, you know, think about poor people because they're important and we shouldn't just leave them behind. And Paul Ryan said that was too political, so we asked him to resign.
Paul Ryan's brains fell out of his ears when he heard that.
Yeah. So
Think about poor people?
perish the thought.
Do you mean think of ways to kill them?
Yep.
That's my Paul Ryan impression.
Yeah, that's spot on, Sam. Really good stuff.
So what do you think? Because like people on both sides of the aisle were actually kind of questioning Ryan about this, and so I guess the chaplain was emboldened, or he had some conversations, and he just like he rescinded his resignation, and now basically Paul Ryan has to either shit or get off the pot. He has to either actively fire this chaplain, or just wallow in his shame.
Right.
Paul Ryan
shame?
wallowing in shame?
What are you even talking about?
You got a point. You got a very big point.
Paul Ryan's
What the fuck does he
entire
care about literally
ideology
anything?
is just like a minion meme that's on Facebook, like, my doctor told me to kill poor people. Well, not really. He told me to reduce stress in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
And the
love
minion's like
minions.
showing its butt. So last Friday, from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, WWE's Greatest Royal Rumble was live on pay-per-view, the first ever WWE event in Saudi Arabia, and Sami Zayn, who is of Syrian descent, couldn't go.
Cool.
Why?
Why?
Because you might have heard of Sami Zayn's current like clinic that he's funding in Syria.
Yeah, it's good.
Because of that whole they're like extremely
Right.
being bombed.
Right.
And since have y'all heard about Syria?
Sorry, you broke up. Can you
Yeah,
repeat that?
I heard none of that.
Great. Anyways, WWE's racist is basically what I'm trying to get at.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because they have a very popular wrestler whose name is Sami Zayn. He was born in Canada. He has Syrian ancestry, and he's currently funding a clinic for like civilians who are being like harmed by the bombing campaign in Syria, which is being backed in part by like Saudi Arabia. So, and then they went and did a pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna help this country to become like more progressive, and like we're gonna, eventually have women perform and stuff like that." Which like they won't, but they'll continue to get the money for it. And then they apparently told Sami Zayn, you can't come because you're from Syria.
Cool. Oh God.
Good job.
The
WWE.
only woman they're going to have perform in Saudi Arabia is Ronda Rousey, and that makes me sad to think about. It makes me sad to think about that she is like, has she done anything since the big slam?
Like
thing?
her thing is now that she's like she's not going to be a part timer. She's going to like wrestle all the time now. So she's like shown up pretty much every week, but it's fucking boring.
Here's a thought. What if WWE stands for woke, 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 and the third W, the E is actually just a third W on its side, and it stands for woke?
Okay.
That checks out.
Yeah.
I think that's probably correct.
Hey, I've been staring at like the front page of CNN just because I have it open in another tab while Audacity is recording. Like I'm not like looking at it, but there's like a picture on the front page of Michael Cohen, Stormy Daniels, Rudy Giuliani, and Donald Trump, and like it's just kind of blowing my mind how like this something this size would have like Bill Clinton would have like just. This would have just like slaughtered Clinton, right?
Yeah,
like
I mean, we just live.
This did slaughter Clinton.
Things just don't get to be normal anymore, and I think that's just what we have to deal with.
Like I know, it's like I'm adjusting for inflation. Like I think about the fact that there was like penny candy back in like the 40s, and like that doesn't like boggle my brain because like money means less.
Hold on. Side note: that's a really good fetish podcast name. Is adjusting for inflation. Okay, carry on.
Thank you so much. That was very brave of you to say.
Okay, it's not that funny.
Fuck off.
It is good though. I do like the idea of just like stupidity inflation.
like bimbofication.
Like one of these days we're gonna be like telling our grandkids, back in my day, when the president talked about a space force, we thought it was stupid.
Do you want to talk about the Space Force, Sam?
Can I please fucking talk about the Space Force?
Please.
Oh my God. Okay. So Trump this was fucking 2 days ago right now. It was some like army football team or some shit, who cares? He was like, You're going to be part of the 5 proud branch. I've got the quote pulled up. You're going to be part of the 5 proud branches of the United States Armed Forces. And then he fucking agonizingly and slowly lists all 5 of them. And I was sure he was going to forget Coast Guard, but he didn't. He did it. He got it. And then he goes, excuse me. And we're actually thinking of adding a 6th, and that would be the Space Force. Does that make sense? The Space Force. You probably haven't even heard. This is the second time, by the way, that he's talked about the Space Force. Mm-hmm. And he says, I'm telling you now, this is perhaps because we're getting very big in space, both militarily and for other reasons. And we are seriously thinking of the Space Force. So
I love our smart president.
He's so smart, and I also wanted to talk about.
And he has such big yeets.
He loves to have a subject and predicate in every sentence.
Yeah, each brain lobe is the size of his yeeks, but he was fucking Jeff Bezos said the same kind of bullshit that he was like, I just have so much money now. I think I'm gonna invest in space shit. Like, what the fuck is when you have this much money at your disposal? You just get to this point, I guess, where you're like, I think first priority, before I even think about giving the money to anyone who needs it, I think I'll just launch it into outer space.
My personal favorite I've seen a lot of bunch of stuff about Bezos and the way he treats his workers. My personal favorite is from a testimonial from an Amazon shipping facility, where depending on where you were stationed in the facility, the bathroom could be as long as a half-mile walk away round trip.
Jesus Christ.
And you were getting monitored for time not spent at your station. So people were just not emptying their bladders because they didn't want to get docked pay for, taking 5 minutes to go piss.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
fucking God. That's
fucking
so fucked up.
horrific. Like Jeff Bezos, I do think he's evil.
Hey, what if his name was Jeff Bezos?
We've
That would
absolutely
be really
name
funny
was
if that was the first
Joffrey
time that we said that on
Bezos.
this podcast.
Oh, now we're cooking, Brooks.
Yeah.
Go on, Patrick.
Oh yeah, so I like with Bezos. I don't know how to say this because I do think he's evil and I do think he's malicious, but I think it's like because he's just like so fucking removed from what it feels like to be a human anymore.
Right.
Like if there's any one person on the planet who I think is no longer qualified for being a person, it's Jeff Bezos. Like if you have
Or Zuckerberg.
I mean, but like Jeff,
Like, he
Jeff
was born
Bezos
as a
has
robot, though.
$165 billion fucking dollars. That's
He's at
I would say once you
165?
have $1 billion, you're not a person anymore.
yeah, that's fair. Billionaires are no longer people.
Correct.
You just
He-
don't get it anymore. You can't get it anymore.
Yeah,
He
it's
crested
impossible.
he crested 100 billion earlier this year, right?
Yeah, I think. And hold on, let me make sure I'm right on that number. Jeff.
It is cool.
No, that's
that-
too big of a number for one human being to have.
Okay,
Come on.
sorry, I was wrong. He only has $129.8 billion.
Oh, it's fine.
That's all.
We just,
Never mind,
he's
he's
trying to
just
take
And
care
that's
of his
fucking
family.
crazy that I was off by 30 billion goddamn dollars, and it's still so much.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
chump
That's an
change.
amount of money where it doesn't matter when it changes. It's all just too much money. It's way past the fucking point where it matters how much it is.
Remember how
Yeah.
Amazon Prime's going up in price?
It's good.
It's
Oh,
good to
Jeff
me.
But what I like is that his employees are in a position where, like, he could give them an amount of money that would be insignificant to him and their lives would be like 1,000,000% better, but instead he's gonna take billions and billions of dollars and literally just launch them into the sun for no reason.
He's
Yeah.
going to have a cool outer space demolition derby with Elon Musk, and they're going to shoot sports cars at each other in space, and then they're going to get Reddit gold like once a second for the rest of their lives.
They are gonna get Reddit gold.
Oh my god, they're gonna get Reddit gold once a second for the rest of their time.
And you know what? They're not even gonna fucking say thanks for the gold, kind stranger. They're not even gonna give a shit. It means nothing to them at this point.
They don't even care about the
I was gonna
Reddit
say-
gold anymore.
They're not
I
even
was
gonna
gonna-
go to the fucking lounge.
Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk are gonna turn Reddit into like a Reddit gold cookie clicker.
Yeah.
Like they'll just like they'll do enough. They'll like invest in enough to just earn 1 gold per second, and then they'll do more and get more.
Greetings,
Yeah.
greetings, Reddit. Do you like the video game of Rocket League where the cars have limited gravity? Well, we're gonna do it for real on the moon. Gold, please.
Now I have to say I would like to see Rocket League in real life.
It's called soccer. I think I would like to see Jeff Bezos go to space.
And then take off his helmet like Arnold in that one episode of Magic School Bus.
And leave his money on Earth. And then everyone gets it.
Yeah,
Just kind of an everybody gets it.
Redistribute his
situation.
wealth while he redistributes his body across the solar system.
While we're on the topic,
Eventually, Jeff stopped getting Reddit gold.
No, he didn't.
while we're on the topic, we just have to shout out, as requested by host of the show Alex, that Elon Musk like really embarrassed himself trying to flirt with Grimes.
Yeah,
really,
super
really
good.
poorly. I don't really have a lot to say about that. I just wanted to get it out there.
Brooks, do you want to talk a little bit about the Jesus Council that Trump has assembled now?
I'd fucking love to. I've been writing papers all week, so I don't know anything about it, except that I saw one of you post the article about it.
Oh, okay. Does anyone know anything about this besides the fact that like there is like now a cabinet position
Yeah,
for
I mean,
like religion?
He's basically, he's creating a new cabinet position that is, on paper supposed to be someone of faith, non-specified faith, but we all fucking know which one it's going to be.
Atheism.
Donald Trump wants that karma.
Yeah, exactly. To advise the
Oh,
president.
actually, Patrick, I think if you'll read the fine print, it specifically says only a Taoist can be in this position.
I mean, that'd be good. I think getting anyone who's not a Christian in there would be cool, but that's not going to happen. It's going to be some fucking multimillionaire televangelist, and everything's going to be shitty forever.
Did Jerry Falwell die?
Did he?
Is Pat Buchanan still around?
Jerry Falwell did die like 10 years ago.
Pat Buchanan is still around.
Was Pat Buchanan a televangelist? Who am I thinking of?
I think you're right. He's from the thing.
He is, yeah, I just Googled it. He is from that.
That's not who I'm thinking of.
He is an American paleoconservative political commentator, author, syndicated columnist, politician, and broadcaster. Thanks, Wikipedia.
Oh,
I'm
you're
thinking of
Pat Robertson. Pat Robertson. Yeah.
Yeah. Pat Buchanan was a politician.
Remember when Pat Robertson read on his show a message about Sans Undertale?
No?
No?
Someone
Were you guys not
probably as
watching
a
that?
joke messaged his show like, my teenage daughter has been in her room and she keeps drawing all these pictures of a skeleton with one glowing blue eye, and she says she thinks he's so cute and I don't know what to do.
Remember when Matt Pat gave the Pope Undertale?
Pope Undertale versus Sans Undertale. Fight!
Not even Undertale, he gave him a fucking Steam key.
No, I think he gave him a thumb drive with it.
Did he?
It would be
I think it
really
was on a
funny
thumb
if he
drive.
just gave him a piece of paper with a Steam key written on it and no explanation.
Just a drawing of
Like,
Sans
you'll know
Undertale.
what to
Here
do.
you go.
Gave him a papyrus Dakimakura. That's equivalent to the Undertale experience.
I think there's one more story that I want to talk about before we move into questions this week,
What would that
which
be?
is that remember that letter that came out a couple of months ago from
Yes.
Trump's doctor that was
Oh, yeah.
Trump could be the healthiest presidential candidate of all time. He is ridiculously healthy and he fucks like a monster.
We're discovering new muscles on this man.
And I've never seen such a huge dick.
Shadow the Hedgehog, move over. This president is the ultimate life force.
He might have the roundest yeeks ever elected.
Sam, please do not disrespect Gerald Ford like that. We all know that he had those, but
Until
is
Trump.
a close second. Trump is a close second.
He was never elected, but we were all erected.
There is one more quick shout out. The two black men who were harassed in Starbucks
Oh, yeah,
a few
thank
weeks
you.
ago. They just
Wait, hold on. Wait, Patrick. We didn't reach the conclusion of that. We were just joking about the letter.
Oh, okay, go
The
ahead.
reason I bring it up is because it came out that that entire letter was dictated to Trump's doctor by Trump.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, he's just like, tell him I'm the healthiest person ever elected. And he's like, Trump is the healthiest person ever elected.
Yeah, you got it, boss.
No need to... I can't believe I didn't realize it immediately when I saw that. It's like the most obviously Trump thing ever said. Mm-hmm. I just didn't even think about it. Just everything was so dumb already. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yep. Patrick, you were saying about the guys in the Starbucks
the two guys
debacle?
who had the cops called on them and were arrested in a Starbucks for being black just recently settled, and they're each only taking $1 each and making sure that the rest of their, I think, $200,000 like award is going to a youth program, which that rules. That's really cool.
Hell yeah.
Extremely
That's
good.
cool. And with those $1, they can each buy 1/5 of a Starbucks drink.
Is there anyone else
Starbucks is
thinks
expensive,
Starbucks
folks.
expensive?
I think it's expensive.
I'm a Dunkin' Donuts boy.
All right, we got a shitload of questions, folks.
All right.
That sucks.
I'm saving some of these for our mailbag episode, which is coming out
Soon.
Don't
later,
say when. We don't know when.
well, within the next week, most likely.
Soon.
This first question from Scout, though, friend of the show, patron of the show, Scout, who did not send this via Twitter or Tumblr, but sent it into it as a DM. I would like to know which Pokemon is the softest.
Larvesta, moving on.
No.
Cottony.
They're all rock hard. Let's move on.
Mime Jr.
Great.
What are we talking about?
Just you being dead.
Which Pokemon is the softest?
Were you really talking about me being dead?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice. Wish I could have been here.
Did you say Mr. Mime Jr. is the softest
He's
Pokemon?
not Mr. He's not married yet. He's just Mime
Okay.
Jr.
You don't have to be married to be Mister.
Well, it's fucking. We all learned something on this podcast today.
He should actually be Mastermind.
So
Because
yeah,
So
Mr.
that's-
Mime Jr. would be the softest Pokemon, and also my friend.
Yep. Let's see. Here's some questions that we got.
Can you go back and delete Patrick saying that Larvesta is soft?
It is. It's covered in fur.
Oh my
But
god.
it's soft on it's soft on the outside. It's dark and evil on the inside.
Have you ever touched a caterpillar? You stupid
Have
fuck.
I ever touched? Fuck you! No.
Hey, I'm looking for advice as a newly out trans girl.
Who is this from?
Anonymous.
Oh.
I'm looking for advice as a newly out trans girl. How do I wear a button-down shirt like a lesbian? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. What you do is you get a cami to wear under it, dark colored, and then you leave the button-down shirt hanging open, and there's your lesbian look. Thank you.
Iconic.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
If y'all were gonna make bumper stickers, what would they say? From Neckfilac.
Mine would say, imagine this is truck nuts.
Imagine what if this was truck nuts?
Mine would say my other car has truck nuts.
You know, truck nuts is good, but I do wish they did make truck dick.
Now, see, it won't be true. There won't be true equality in the world until I can get a pussy hanging from my truck.
Go to baddragon.com.
Well, they got truck nuts, they got boat balls, they got bike butt.
Go to baddragon.com, get a carabiner clip and a drill, and go to town.
Problem solved.
Motorcycle muff.
This question from Anonymous. Why can't I recook pasta that dried out overnight? It should be the same as uncooked pasta, right?
You can.
Now,
Does
this
anyone know?
question made me do the glowing eyes thinking emoji.
I'm pretty sure you can do that.
You can't.
You
and here's
you
why.
must actually.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I mean, go ahead, say your shit.
Well, I never really thought about it. It was just one of those things that I took for granted. Sorry if I sound like a fucking dumbass right now. But because I knew that when you...
Sam, I have never at the end of... if we had to apologize every time we were dumbasses, I would have to
fair.
issue a 10-minute statement at the end of every episode I'm on. Please do
Which
not...
we probably
feel the
should
need
do.
to that.
But, yeah, so...
Ow!
Oh, did you say you specifically? I thought you just said
Yeah.
every episode.
I
But
said
from your
I
reaction,
should
I
do
think
a
that might have
10-minute...
sounded like targeted harassment.
No. All three of you should.
Yeah.
Equally.
Well.
I think we can all four agree that three of us need to constantly apologize.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyway,
I'm the fourth.
I always realized, that like when you cook meat, there's like a chemical reaction there, but pasta's not meat, in my opinion. So I was always wondering, like, how's that happen? But it turns out, you see, there's stuff in the pasta that is cooking, and there is a chemical reaction there, and you can't undo a chemical reaction just by putting it in the fridge, is what I learned from science.
It's just like they said in Zero Escape, 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. You can't unboil an egg.
That's true.
I mean, maybe
Sometimes
you
you can get like a chicken Alfredo pasta going, and you eat some of the pasta, and then you eat the chicken with it, and it's kind of like a meat pasta.
That's true. I didn't
What the
fucking think
fuck
about
did you
that.
just say?
So just some advice for our listeners. If you
Okay,
want meat
okay.
in your
Now
pasta,
okay.
you can just put it in there, and then it's like a surprise every time.
Now, okay, I have a question, okay?
For me,
I mean, anyone can answer
the resident
this.
chef.
Yeah, anyone can answer this.
Okay.
You know how when you buy ground beef at the store, it's in, like, kind of noodly shapes?
Mm-hmm.
What if you just use that like noodles?
Now, hold on. No. Seriously, Sam, I think you totally
you're onto
could.
something.
Like if you boiled it, it should be fine to eat, and it probably like
Yeah.
Sam, you dumb motherfucker. What is a hot dog if not a beef noodle?
It's just a big noodle.
Oh shit, you're right. So wait, if you took ground beef and you unraveled it so it was just one long line, which is how I assume it comes, that you can do
Then
that.
you snort it like cocaine.
No, that's bad.
And you put it
But
on the
if
front of
you
your
boiled
truck, and that's a truck dick.
It is a truck dick. Shit. What if it was like, how you tie like the cans to the back of the car and it says
Wait, hold on,
Mary?
hold on,
What
hold
if
on.
instead of that
Brooks.
it was just ground beef?
Brooks, I need to back
Slapping
that
on the
up.
ground.
Brooks, are you putting like the truck dick on the front of your truck like a fucking like lance?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the
that's where
dick
it
is on the
goes.
front of the body, duh.
All other trucks on the road are my enemy, and I want to. It's like,
Penetrate them.
get out of here. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What the fuck was the question even?
Like if
Wait, Brooks. Is it hard for like puncturing, or is it like floppies? You can drift and then slap someone else's truck with your truck dick?
I mean, I'm not gonna not cook the hot dog.
I mean, when you cook it, it's clean, so it's fine. I did realize just now that there was a joke that I wanted to make earlier that I forgot to make. So let's pretend.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about Space Force still. And I think one of the things about space is that we really need like law enforcement. What pigs in space? Get it like on Muppets?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll fast forward again, and all right, back to normal. Say, well, this is how Lightning McQueen fucks. You put the hot dog on the front of the car, and then it goes into the muffler.
Now that is a good question.
Think it was really weird that the cars in cars all had giant dicks coming off the front.
Even the Pope-mobile, which I thought was weird.
I mean, the Pope has a
they
dick.
don't put them like where a hood ornament would go, which I always thought was like at least kind of a creatively nice touch.
It just seems like kind of a curse from God to get such a huge car hog and not be able to use it for the rest of your life.
Do you think the Pope is
Which is why they did use them. Do you think the Pope has like nightmares about being trapped in a glass box?
That car has got some serious Pope ropes.
Okay.
Stop.
All right.
This question from Ellen user.
Can we talk about ground beef more?
No.
Damn
In an anarcho-communist society where all you need to live well is guaranteed, what labor would you volunteer to do that would not count as a hobby of yours? In this scenario, you are not required to volunteer for anything, and you get to pick your workload. Honestly, like, if I could just do something like related to like organization and spreadsheets, I would like logging things digitally. I would like to do that.
I would be a games tester.
I mean, I don't know. Something like outside would be cool. Like, I spent the last summer working with a construction site, and it was fucking hot and miserable, but it was, like, good to do, you know?
Mm-hmm. I would write the Great American Novel or something.
You're going to let me get away with games tester?
The Winds of Winter, not related to Game of Thrones whatsoever.
I mean, fucking Benioff and Weiss already did that shit, so...
Yeah,
Hey.
Nice. Here's a question from Anonymous Squirt.
Okay.
Well, that's not a question.
Not really.
Here's a statement. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Here's a statement from Anonymous Squirt.
Okay.
It's not a statement, it's an
not
interjection.
even how you spell it.
Here's a command for Anonymous Squirt.
No! I refuse.
It sounds...
Let's not spend too much time on this because
Squirt is
that'll
so
make
much
it
worse
worse to
than
edit it out.
Squirt.
Okay, next question from Haunting the Morgue, who asks, if there were two Kissingers on the moon and one of them killed the other with a rock, would that be fucked up or what? Not a threat, just a fact.
No, it wouldn't.
It would be
Next
fucked up
question.
unless the other one also killed himself with the rock, then it'd be
It would be
okay.
very funny if one Kissinger killed the other with a rock, and then the second one got hit by Jeff Bezos' car.
Another question
Think
from
about how
Haunting the Morgue.
the Tesla that Elon Musk launched into space is probably going to like land on some other planet and kill an alien.
Good, I hope we get fucking vaporized. We deserve it.
Another question from Haunting the Morgue. What song or playlist will play at Henry Kissinger's funeral? Not a threat, just a fact. I think the choice for me is When Will You Die by They Might Be Giants.
I think the Cambodian
Lullabies by
national
All Time
anthem
Low.
would be appropriate.
Yeah,
Fair?
it's kind of a corollary, but I would really like the song Joe Arpaio is a Punk to be on there. Just kind of put the dude on notice.
Oh, yeah.
Not a threat.
Question from Anonymous. As a leftist in a rural area, is there any way to casually talk trash on liberals without conservatives overhearing and chiming in with their two garbage cents about how liberals are bad?
I think
I would say just don't care what they think.
Yeah, that I think also like a lot of rural people who
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood the question.
I think a lot of rural people who label themselves as conservatives would actually be like really open to like leftist ideals if kind of presented without that context behind it. Like if not associated with the Democrats, then you know I think those people like they're not dumb. That's a fucking terrible stereotype that I hate and is shitty. They're smart people and they know what would be good for them. So like just give it to them. You know, tell
honestly,
them.
Like I think for those people, like speaking broadly, I think Democrat has as much or more of a stink than socialist does at this point.
Yeah.
So just
Cool.
here's what you do. You say, I hate liberals, and they go, yeah, I hate them too, because blah. And then you go, yeah, you know what's good, though? Marx.
Yeah.
And
Happy
they like
birthday. This question from Nick Jagged. What if Bart was a furry and him saying, quote, don't have a cow, man, quote, was him telling everyone else not to be a cow man and he was the only one who was allowed to be a cow man? Thanks?
Is that not what it is?
Is that a thing in like furry culture, like ownership over the animals?
No.
Well, there's only one cow.
I mean, honestly, Brooks, if you're asking that question earnestly, there are a couple of, like, homebrewed personas, like Hellhounds and Sergals, that, like, there was a bit of, like, weird proprietary shit from the original creators, but now they don't give a shit.
I mean, a Sergal's a real goddamn animal.
Hold on. A fun fact I need to share with you all. Have any of you ever heard the word chakat? C-H-A-K-A-T.
I
Isn't that
don't
like
think
the
so.
Homestuck character?
I think that's a Homestuck, yeah.
No. You know what a tar is? Like a tar furry character thing?
I didn't until I knew you, but I do now.
So I asked this because a chakat is just another word for a tar, but the terminology specifically comes from a very popular Star Trek fan fiction. I just wanted to bring that up.
It's good.
Thank you for that. You know, I am curious though. Has there ever been a time when, like, some kind of, like, creator, like, artist, writer, whatever, created, like, a fictional species, claimed it as their own persona, and then when someone else did it, they, like, hit them with a copyright claim?
No one is that litigious in the furry community.
Do you think
the furry community?
That can't possibly be true.
If you'll pardon the pun, the furry community is lots of bark and very little bite when it comes to when it comes to lawyering up.
I do
I will
pardon
not
that. I
pardon
like
the
it.
pun.
What do you think George R. R. Martin's persona would be? Because
It's
I feel
a
like part of it
turtle.
would
It's
be
got to
like-
be a turtle. He loves
Oh,
He's
you're
a
right.
big
Oh,
old,
yeah,
he's
you're
a
right.
big
It's a
old
turtle.
friendly bear.
It's a turtle.
He's a big
It's a
old friendly
football.
bear.
He's got a turtle on his hat.
You're gonna be two species. He can be both. He's both species. He's a bear turtle fusion.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bear with a shell.
He's a birdle.
This question from Anonymous, FMK, Soros, Trump, Kanye. I think this kind of just does it. I think it's kind of just like very easy to answer. Fuck Kanye, marry Soros, and I'm not going to say the last thing because I might get.
It's an FMK, not a threat, just an FMK.
And
just an FMK, but I'm still not going to say it out loud.
Kiss, marry, ignore. Give the cold shoulder.
I would like to Dio Obama Henry Kissinger. Or wait, fuck, Trump, whatever, whoever it was.
Do you Obama deserve to win over Jim Bob Ghostkeeper?
Fucking PayPal's gonna somehow shut down this podcast for saying the words Dio Obama.
Sometimes I think the words Dio Obama arbitrarily, and I just laugh for a minute straight because it's just the most nothing thing, but it's also the funniest fucking
It's
two words in
everything
the
and
world.
nothing.
Okay. Patreon stretch goal. $500 a month. We will somehow convince one of Obama's daughters to name their firstborn Dio.
Well, that'll only work if his daughters keep the last name.
I think they will.
That's another stretch goal.
$400 a month will get them to keep their last name. They won't understand it. $500 a month will get them to name their kid Dio. They will understand
God,
it.
I really hope I die I do hope that I die, but I hope that I don't die until I get to see, like, the christening of the Dio Obama library.
Oh, so you want Dio Obama to be part of the Obama dynasty?
Yeah, listen, all the shit that we've talked for the last 20 or so episodes about, like, how political dynasties are like brain poison. No, wrong.
The 69th president of the United States, Mr. Dio Obama.
Brain poison unless it's Dio Obama.
This question from Akumeoi. What is HKIP GTD's official stance on horny? Do horny people have rights?
No.
Bad and no.
Yeah, I think I'm with Sam on this one.
You're allowed to be horny one time with your, like, married partner behind closed doors, and that's it. And also, you should be ashamed of it.
I'm ashamed every day of my life, so I'm not going to answer this question. This question from @Pidmon. Seasonal affective greetings. Who is someone you trust exactly as far as you can throw them? Brooks.
Okay.
I mean, I think I could throw, like, a mouse pretty far. I trust a mouse.
I trust that a lot, and yeah.
I'd say Kirby.
Kirby, yeah. Well, how big is Kirby?
Doesn't matter. He's easy to throw.
Okay. Yeah, he seems like a light fellow. I'm just gonna, like, soccer baseball kick Kirby into the stratosphere.
Go to
No,
fucking
don't kick Kirby.
God.
Why would you kick Kirby?
Oh, that's what you guys are mad at. Okay. I thought you were mad about the bad sport that Patrick said.
No, I love soccer baseball. I love to play it.
Yeah, Rocket League. It's my favorite game. Finally, my two favorite sports.
I
Question
can
for-
never think about kickball without thinking about the one time in like elementary school where I did very much do the actual Charlie Brown thing where I ran to kick a kickball and I just fell flat on my back. That's a memory I'll carry with me for my entire life.
I gotta say, whoever did that to you, that's pretty fucking cool.
Nobody did it. I did it to myself. Nobody pulled the.
You were just
pulled the
out
kick.
during recess by
Sam is-
yourself.
so
I just
hold on, Sam.
really
Sam,
went
Sam,
for it
Sam.
and I just missed.
Sam, by Brooks's own admission, you are pretty cool. Because you did the-
Brooks?
I've never not said that Sam was cool. I'm like the one Sam defender in this goddamn show.
That's cool. I'm
Protect
the one Brooks
Sam.
defender on this show.
Love Sam.
Can you believe that we finally have a friend each?
I'm absolutely going to be the first one to execute it when we hit $200 a month.
For $500 a month, me or Sam will fight back.
Last question from at Siberian Pine on Twitter. Eric Garland thinks Kanye has been compromised by the Russians.
I think
What the fuck do we do with these people?
Eric Garland is fucking incredibly stupid, and I don't think anyone should ever speak about him again.
Yeah, who gives a
super
shit about
agree.
Eric Garland?
It's just feeding the fire of whatever the fuck he's got going on.
I'll be honest, I barely know who Eric Garland is.
He's
Don't
just some
continue to.
fucking nobody who has made himself like leader of the hashtag anti-Russia resistance because I don't know. I don't fucking know how it happened. All I know is he's
Was he was the one who made the time for some game theory.
yeah,
and he
that's
made, like,
he's
160
the game
tweet
theory
thread.
guy. Yeah.
Is that all that?
He's
is
the
that
one
the
who
only
gave
reason?
Undertale to the Pope.
He's the one who blew the lid off Stephen after not surviving.
What if his name was Eric McFarlane? And he
I
wrote
think that he
Family
would
Guy.
probably
What would you do? Like, could you imagine?
probably not much.
Yeah,
I
I
probably
Like, as a
wouldn't really
joke?
think about it.
Like as a funny joke, and he made Family Guy, and Family Guy and Peter
would say-
smelled.
I
Yeah.
would say it would be equivalent to Chuck Schumer's last name being Schumer.
Oh, like Amy Schumer.
Yeah,
Got it.
in that I wouldn't think about it, and then maybe eventually I would find out that they actually are related, and I'd go, okay.
Speaking of Lightbringers, I feel pretty.
Oh, should we do those?
Yeah, we should. Hold on. I'm looking up the names of Kanye songs to try and make like a joke, a pun about like one of the song names, and also Russia.
Yeah, how's that going?
It's not going great. Not a
What
lot
about
of
what
words
if it
rhyme
was
with Russia
diamonds
or
from
Kremlin.
Russia?
Nice.
Yeah. What if?
I guess this is my dissertation. Homie, this shit is basic. Welcome to Moscow. Good morning.
Through the Russian wiretap.
What if instead of the good life, it was the good lies?
Okay.
Like Donald Trump.
Okay.
Lies.
Yes.
The
So
the
let's-
good lies featuring T-Pain, but the T stands for Trump.
Okay.
All right, I can get into this. Lightbringers.
Touch the
Who's
sky
got one?
because Mao holds up the sky.
I got
Okay,
I got a Lightbringer.
like Trump.
Speaking of Lightbringers, by the way, if you check out our Patreon, if you donate just $1 a month, you can read our most recent Lightbringer post, which is a post that host of the show, Evan, made about his love for RPG Maker games.
So I got a
thought it was-
Lightbringer.
I thought it was specifically about Lisa.
Yeah, specifically Lisa, but it's titled Lightbringer game or RP. Fucking
Lisa
I
Lisa
can't
RPG
talk.
coach.
Thank you.
So I got a Lightbringer.
Uh-huh.
In the last 24 hours, I've marathoned the entirety of Season 1 of Riverdale. And folks,
I am so sorry.
that show is hot garbage, and I love it so much.
Oh, nice.
It's very, like, I don't like to like things ironically, and I don't. Like Riverdale, ironically, I like it genuinely, but it's very bad, and I like it because it's a train wreck of television.
My Lightbringer this week is this anime I've been watching lately called Megalobox, which is a
I've heard
an
that's
an-
really good.
It's fucking phenomenal. It's an anime about this like boxer in an underground boxing ring where it is like the sort of future. It's called Megaloboxing, the titular Megalobox,
Like
and
Megalovania with Sans Undertale.
Yes, exactly. It's like boxing, but you've got like Metal Gear shit on your like arms and stuff. So and like it's like it's a little like steampunky. So it's like super powered boxing. It's fucking good as hell. The only thing I've only seen 2 episodes, but the only bad thing I can say about the show is that the OP fucking sucks. Just like so, you gotta just skip that minute and a half.
I can't.
But it's an absolutely phenomenal show that I can't recommend enough.
It looks really cool. They kind of made it look like an old sort of like 90s anime, but it also just looks really sharp and cool.
I'm getting a very
gotta check that out.
Bebop-esque vibe from it in just the way that like it frames a lot of its shots.
I can't wait for Elon Musk to produce the first steampunk rocket that costs $200 million and immediately blows up.
Is that your light
So
bringer?
much karma.
I don't think Elon Musk likes steampunk, to be honest.
But he doesn't like anything, but he likes that delicious karma. Like, that's all that he cares about.
He likes Grimes.
He does like Grimes. I wish he was
I
Grimes,
think
not a threat.
I think Belly of the Beast was actually about Elon Musk because I don't think he's human, so he never gets sad and he never gets sick.
Okay. Brooks?
So I've been really busy, and I was thinking all day for like, what's a good thing that I like that's new? And I can't really come up with anything. And this is a sort of bourgeois pick, so like sorry, but have y'all ever had like Sprecher gourmet sodas?
No,
I don't drink soda. It's
Folks, it's so good. They have very good sodas, and you should drink them. And they're way too expensive. And after the revolution, we won't have these anymore. So enjoy them now. They're delicious. I recommend the root beer and the cream soda.
Nice. My light bringer is probably caviar. It's
Speaking of bourgeois, am I right?
That was the joke.
I figured it was like some shitty like EDM thing that you like.
How dare you? I don't listen to EDM. How dare you?
Whatever.
Friendship with Brooks over.
My longest friendship yet.
No, okay. I just started playing the game Gravity Rush because I saw it was on sale on PSN. It might still be.
Like $8, yeah?
Yeah, and it's really good. I had like never heard anybody talk about it, but it's fucking good. It's like I feel like gravity control mechanics in video games are kind of played out in like shitty Flash games. Mm-hmm. So I kind of was like, I don't know, but man, it's just fucking fun. It reminds me of like if you've ever played the old like Spider-Man 2 video game, how it's like super fun to just like swing around and go around the city. It's just so fucking fun to move around in that game. It's good as hell.
Hell yeah. So that's going to do it for this week's episode of Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die. First and foremost, we would like to thank our patrons. If you donate at the $10 or $5 a month level, you get shouted out at the end of each episode of Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, not a threat, just a fact. So these people include Roan Berg, Star Asterism, the artist formerly known as Smoke Weed, Paige Messer, Alex Schaup, Nick Jagged, David Besser, Kadeho Jones, Harry Tomlinson, Dijonais, Jordan Hagen, Charlotte Warmington, Pregnant Seinfeld, Benjamin Kingstone Faria, Scout Shiro, Nick Petazzoni, Evan, Lowe, Brett Houts, Stephanie Ruff, Ollie Anders, and Ellen Nordhog.
Nice. I was waiting for you to fuck one up, but
yeah,
you
me
didn't do it
too.
as far
Good
as I
job.
know.
Yeah, I mean, I was fully waiting for it, but I was ready.
I thought it was really cool how you messed up and then said, okay, I will cut that one out. And then...
Yeah, so here we are, 50 takes later. We've been here for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Alex,
It's well after midnight, 5 p.m. Sam's time.
It is 5 p.m. my time. Way to go with time zone knowledge. Oh my
boy,
God.
it's almost Survivor time.
Oh fuck, I'm missing Survivor, the show that I know. The show that I've ever seen.
Okay. Thank you very much to our patrons. If you would like to support us, patreon.com/HKIPGTD. At the $5 a month tier, you get your name read, you get special user status in the Discord, and at the $10 a month tier, you get your name read, a different special user status in the Discord, and you also get to listen in live to these episodes as they are being recorded, as we have, four? We have, we got 5 whole people in here listening.
One of them is Matt.
One of them is Matt.
Actually, yeah, Matt, yeah, because Matt's not on the podcast anymore.
Yeah, Matt's banned. Yeah.
By the way, Matt, while you're here, you're not on the podcast anymore.
Yeah. We you can just do $1 a month. If you can't do the 5 or 10, that's totally fine. $1 a month gets you access to everything, which is bonus content, post and pre-show stuff that we do sometimes, Lightbringers, pretty much anything. Like I said before, our mailbag goal has been met, so we will be putting that out. It will be through our Patreon feed, but it will be available to everyone, so you don't have to donate to get access to that audio. And you can just put that feed in your podcatcher, and it'll all sort itself out. If you want to check us out elsewhere, we are at HKIPGTD on Twitter, hkipgtd.tumblr.com. You can email us, but we don't check that. But if you want to get something in for the mailbag, that's a really good place to do it. We are at reddit.com/r/HKIPGTD. Thank you very much to Reddit user Bisexual Punch Party for setting that up for us.
You got it right. I was preparing to correct you. I was already mad, and then it turned out you did it right.
I'm so proud of myself. And then join our Discord. There's a link in the episode description and on our Twitter.
Go to discord.gg/RBYR9 lowercase t lowercase z. That'll get you in the Discord.
Even the link is a funny gamer reference because it's got GG in it. That's cool.
To be fair, it was probably a lot cheaper than .com.
I love.
And if you join our Discord, you can get it on the fun thing that only Josh and I do, where we send the circle game emoji back and forth and get mad at each other. So one of these days, someone else will do it.
As always, thank you to the Taxpayers for the use of their theme song, of our theme song.
It's their own theme song.
I did so well up until now. Eat my dick. Thank you, as always, to the Taxpayers for the use of our theme song, Evil Man, off of the album Cold Hearted Town. The song fucking slaps. If you'd like to find me, I'm at GayestLulu on Twitter and Shie Satunakas on Tumblr. I also do a couple of other shows, Fear Baiting, which is a queer look at horror movies with me and my friend Blair, and The Wonder Years, which is an Animorphs rereading and rewatch podcast with my friends Blair and Seda. I think that's everything for me.
Hey, I'm Brooks. I'm on Twitter at Brooks as a noun. I post a lot about Heath Ledger's Joker and wrestling. I do a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure podcast called Yada Yada Boys. If that Dio Obama bit was completely inscrutable to you, that's where that's from. And maybe if you listen to the podcast, it'll be slightly less inscrutable. Slightly more scrutable. Maybe. We'll see. Why not check it out? I'm on Tumblr at Sirius Jones, but I never post there.
I'm Patrick. You can find me on Twitter at PG1497 or at takingturns@random.tumblr.com.
I'm Sam. I'm on Twitter at PosiStress and Tumblr at positive-stress, and I have a podcast, Jurgen, that my brother and I do about the bad TV show The Secret Life of the American Teenager that you're all thinking about all the time in 2018.
Do you remember the positive stress that we all felt when we went to DashCon?
Okay.
Y'all remember
all right.
I just want to talk about DashCon because I feel like nobody's talking about it.
Yeah,
I
did 5 years ago.
I was thinking about DashCon last month.
Oh, yeah,
and how
that
good it
reminds
was and
me.
how I can't wait for the second one.
Could we rewind 40 minutes? So Trump's talking about Space Force when all I care about is 5Force. Remember that on 5T4S on Tumblr?
No, I have no.
I have 5Force was.
All right, fast forward.
Now
again,
that's
whatever. Never mind.
Folks, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, Not a Threat.
Just a fact. Y'all remember 5T4S?
We will be back again in...
This is a 5T4S podcast.
So
we'll be back again in 1 week, but until then,
David Karp
Memento
go on HKIP.
Brooke, shut the fuck up. Memento Pokemori.
Pokemori.
Sorry you had to listen to this.
David Karp, come on.